Now live from Palin Music Studios in Springfield, Missouri, it's Wake Up with Greg. Here's your host, Greg.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to Wake Up with Greg. I'm your host, Greg Rosander with Palin Music Center. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Welcome to the show. Happy to have you here today. As you can see, we've got right here, blue skies, 72 degrees, slight breeze out of the southeast. Sure, why not? Let's go with that. But beautiful outside today. Loving the fall colors. We are in max fall color mode out here in the Ozarks. So hope you're enjoying it wherever you are in the world. So it's a beautiful fall season. Halloween is just around the corner. We just wrapped up our Cars and Guitars Trunk or Treat this weekend. Heard everybody had a great time there. Sadly, I personally wasn't able to make it, so I didn't get to see what was going on there. But hopefully y'all did and had a good time. So good morning to you all. Montclair is here, Max is here, John is here. Good morning to all of you. Welcome and welcome and welcome to the. I feel like I'm whispering. Am I talking soft today? It's like
a little softer.
It's like a soft Monday morning.
Yeah.
Just, kind of easing on into it. Don't want to scare you and get you all excited this morning. Okay, so who are we? What are we doing? Why are we here? We are, as you know, we're here every weekday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central, to share the coolest instruments on the internet for you. These are available for you to purchase on our website, palinmusic.com, or give us a call, 417-882-7006, or check out our Reverb page at reverb.com. I've got a few different brass instruments for you today, all in the trumpet family. So some that you've seen before, some maybe you haven't, I don't know, but I know it's been a while since I've shown any of them, so should be new to you all. And if not, that's okay too. So I hope you all had a great weekend. We've got the chat going on this morning, so go ahead and leave your comments, ask your questions, let me know where you're watching from in the world. Really appreciate you. Looking at the subscribers, we're at 1590. So almost to 1,600. You guys are doing great. I really appreciate the support and the help with that. So just a reminder to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and do all of those things that we need you to do. And in addition to the cool instruments, we talk about music, and we talk about art, literature, travel, food, whatever, collectibles, all kinds of fun, different things. So just whatever I'm in the mood for on any particular day, and hope you might be interested in as well. So that is kind of the story. That's what we do. That's why we're here. We're going to kick this off. I got stuff all over my desk here. I'm a little discombobulated. I forgot my computer this morning. So that's being delivered to me by Ma P, hopefully soon. So yeah, we'll be able to get into the groove here, I'm sure, before too long. Vincent is here. Good morning, brother. Good to see you. So I suppose, that's all the news that's fit to print. Why don't we just jump right into some cool horns here. But first, we need to say good morning to Jordan. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
I hear your sister killed it on the volleyball court this weekend.
Yes, right? It was a close game, but they pulled it off.
Nice. Up in Kansas City?
Yep.
Cool. How was the weather up there? Nice.
It was nice. Yesterday was super nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Beautiful weekend. It really was honestly, it's just a nice, relaxing weekend.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. So hope it stays that way. I think we're supposed to get some rain this week, finally. So we'll see what that looks like.
About time.
Looking out the window, it's hard to tell if we're going to get any rain here or not.
Yeah, it looks pretty clear right now.
Clear, blue skies. It's perfect on the set of Wake Up with Greg every day. All right. Well, it's good to have you here, brother.
Well, thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Let's dig into some horns, shall we? After a sip of Hawaiian coffee.
Yes.
It's a medium roast today.
Oh, a different roast. You usually do dark?
I usually do dark roast, yeah.
Oh.
Medium roast. So.
You might not like it then.
I'm sure I will.
Might taste watered down.
It's you'd think, but it's the reverse of that. It's like,
really?
I think from what I've read, I believe that like a medium roast is like a higher caffeine than the dark roast.
Oh, because the darker the roast, the more caffeine you're roasting
Mhm.
out of it. I don't know if roasting out of it is the right term.
Roasting
but
out of it. We're going to roast out of it. I like it. All right. Well, let's jump into some horns here, shall we?
Let's do it. Before we get into it, though, can you tell us about your shirt and watch today?
Oh, yeah. This is actually a new shirt. You have not seen this shirt on this show before. It is a Daniel Cremieux. This was one of Papa John's shirts. Picked it up when
guy?
Huh?
The pizza guy?
No, not that Papa John. My stepdad, Papa John. Yeah, sure, we'll call him the pizza guy. Why not? No, picked this up when I was out in California last week. Mom said, "Here, take this." I said, "Okay, I'll take this." So, but it is Daniel Cremieux, so I like it. It's dark blue with I don't know, flowers, paisley. I don't think, no, these aren't paisleys. I don't know what you call it. I'll even look up and you tell me what that design is. But I like it. It's really cool. So anyway, and then, to try to keep the color palette the same, I've got my Citizen Echo Drive anniversary watch, I call it. My wife got me this for our 25th wedding anniversary. So very cool. I can get a little bit closer. You can try and see that. There you go, right there. Echo Drive, those are the solar powered ones. So you got to put them in the sun or some bright light to keep them charged up. So kind of recharge on their own, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that's got the little blue accents on there. Silicone band, stainless steel. Love it. There you go. That's the watch. That's the shirt. That's the game. Let's play. Looking at some cool instruments. All right. Got to get my fancy gloves on here because, fingerprints and all. Got to keep these looking good for y'all out there who want to take one home today. This is a great horn, guys, for any trumpet player in your life who's you just want to have a horn for some fun. This is it. This is the Phaeton pocket trumpet. So let's take a look at that. Specific model on this guy is the PHTP for Phaeton trumpet 3030 pocket trumpet. So let's take a look. What is a pocket trumpet, you might ask? Well, it looks like that. Isn't that cute? Little itty bitty trumpet. Now the funny thing is it's little, but it's not little. This is still a full-sized B-flat trumpet. It's just been kind of folded over on itself to make it more compact. So why a pocket trumpet? Why? Who needs a pocket trumpet and why? It's really what I would call a travel trumpet, maybe something that's easy to fit into any overhead compartment on a plane or bus or train or anything, or a backpack. If you need to take a horn with you, but you don't have the space, but you can allow you to practice in your hotel rooms or apartments or whatever. But they're also great, just performance horn in and of themselves. Can do just about anything. And this is a really nice trumpet. This is a Phaeton trumpet. Phaeton is a U.S. brand. The horn, I don't believe, is actually made in the U.S., but it's a good quality instrument. It's got heavyweight bottom and top valve caps. Got a hand-hammered yellow brass bell. Heavyweight finger buttons on the top there. See if you can see the Phaeton logo there. No other fancy engraving, just the Phaeton logo on the side of the bell and on the mouthpiece receiver on the lead pipe there. Is this, I don't think, no, this is not a reverse lead on that. Sometimes they do that on a pocket trumpet, but because you've got all of these extra bends and quirks in here, because like I said, it's a full-size trumpet just folded over on itself. You're going to have a lot more resistance with this horn because you've got a lot of whoop-de-doos to get the air to go through, but it's still going to be a very nice, powerful horn. So you've got an additional water key there. You've got them on all three slides to make sure that you can get that moisture out of the horn. Moisture, by the way, is the one thing that kills musical instruments, which is kind of crazy because you have to blow through them. So you've got that warm air that creates the condensation inside the horn. And especially for brass players, if you don't get that out over time, it can cause some internal damage to the horn. There's a deal called red rot that if you've ever been a brass player and you've had to deal with that, it's not fun. For all intents and purposes, it's kind of like rust, but it's a little bit different in the chemical makeup of that. But anyway, getting back to the horn, this is the Phaeton Pocket Trumpet, live on our website right now. This is a used horn, but it looks brand new, so it's an extremely sweet smoking deal online. PalinMusic.com, or check out the Reverb page at Reverb.com, or just give me a call, and we'll send it to you today. Great stocking stuffer. This would fit in most stockings, certainly if they're on a little bit of the larger side. But heck, I mean, for the trumpet player in your life, what a great and fantastic gift. We're coming into the holidays now. Halloween is just a couple days away, and then we got Thanksgiving, and then, of course, the big dog of all time, Mr. Christmas, or Hanukkah for you of other faiths out there, so that's totally fine. But there it is. That is the Phaeton Pocket Trumpet. Comes complete as a kit. You got the mouthpiece, some valve oil, and you got a really cool polished cloth, and it comes with the little sock to put it in and all that kind of stuff. Check that out, the polished cloth. That's kind of cool. Phaeton. All right, so there you go. That's instrument number 1 for you and me. La da da dee. Oh, George's drinking his coffee, so I guess I'll say what we've got coming up next.
Yeah, it's like I'm not even here.
It's like you're not even here. All right.
Okay, well, before the next horn, you have to recommend some music to us.
I do. So I think it was Friday I shared some music from the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical Evita. And the movie version starring Madonna and Antonio Banderas. And it kind of put me into doing a little deeper dive into Andrew Lloyd Webber over the weekend. And so I'm pulled out a song today from, this is from his biggest musical of all time, which is Phantom of the Opera. And I think I've talked about it on the show maybe a time or two, but I don't know if I've ever shared any of the music from it. Well, and I'm not going to go with the typical, what you would expect, you know, switching it up here a little bit. The song that I'm choosing from Phantom of the Opera, and I'm choosing it from the 25th anniversary performance at, is it Royal Albert Hall in London, I think it is. And the young lady who played the role of Christine, who's singing this song, is Sierra Boggess, and she's just absolutely phenomenal. She originated the role of Ariel in The Little Mermaid on stage when they did the Broadway production of that. She's been in Les Mis. She's been in Sunset Boulevard. She was in the follow-up to Phantom of the Opera, Love Never Dies. I've never seen that, haven't even heard of it until just today. I'm going to have to look into that, talk about a deep dive. But, I mean, this girl is just absolutely fantastic. So the song that I'm doing, I'm blanking. Is it, who did the original? Sarah Brightman, right? Okay. So known for the song Phantom of the Opera, known for the song that we had at our wedding, which is, man, forgive me, I'm dying on the music here. Let me just pull it up. I've got it in front of me. I don't know why I'm struggling here. Yes. All I Ask of You. That's the song. Okay. All I ask of you. All right, so this song is called Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. And it's a very powerfully emotional song where she is singing about her father and wishing that her father was still around to guide her through this musical journey and what she's dealing with and all that. And so it's honestly, it's such a powerful performance. Sierra Boggess just does an outstanding job of this. So I recommend this song for you to take a look and listen. Listen to the whole album. It's really just fantastic. Arnell is here. Good morning, Arnell. So the song, Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again, from the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical Phantom of the Opera, the 25th anniversary Royal Albert Hall performance. Sierra Boggess. There you go. Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. Absolutely beautiful song, guys. You will love it. I'm sure the performance is powerful. You know, I kind of recommend watching the whole, you can watch it. I think it's probably on Netflix or one of the other streaming services, but to see her performance and just to see the emotion that she's going through singing this song, and the build up to it, of course, is amazing. So usually you go with the usuals, but you know, I always like to mix it up a bit. So Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again, Sierra Boggess from Phantom of the Opera 25th anniversary, live at Royal Albert Hall. So that's my musical choice for, oh, wait a minute. I got to add that to the playlist for Wake Up with Greg. So you can all listen to it on the playlist. There you go. Wake Up with Greg. Check that out. That's the musical choice for the day. Ta-da. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Renell's got her little Golden Gate Bridge there. Love it. All right. Let's dig into horn number 2. And these next 2 horns are 2 of my all-time favorites. So by saying that, you can probably understand what they are, but here we go. We'll show you the case. That's the Adams case there. This is the powerhouse horn, the Adams A4 trumpet. This is that big, large bore, one of the most beautiful instruments on the planet. Check this guy out. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. Guys, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. That is just an absolutely killer horn. So what do we have? I got to get my chair worked out here. This is the Adams A4. This is a large bore horn. I think it's like a 462 bore on there. We've got a large 5.5-inch diameter bell on that. Hand-hammered one-piece gold brass bell. So we've got some additional copper in there, which adds a bit of warmth to it. We've got a heavy, man, this horn, this is a beast of a horn, guys. So you got to get those, you know, do your curls and do your shoulder presses and whatnot to be able to hold this horn up. But it is monstrous, but the sound is just fantastic. I wish I could play it. I'm not a trumpet player, so I can't do it. But where do you have all this added weight? You've got added weight, super heavy bottom and top valve caps. You've got a 2-piece valve cluster with a bronze valve cluster with nickel silver upper balusters on that. You've got heavyweight rings on the 3rd slide and the 1st slide and your top pinky ring. You've got the asymmetrical, or what I think they call them the X brace or X tubing on that. The asymmetrical tuning slide. I think, is this a reverse or is it a standard? This is a standard tuning slide, but you got the Amato style water key there. Yellow brass, I'm getting my stuff mixed up. Yellow brass lead pipe, nickel silver tuning slide, and added weight on the other slides as well. Plus, to top it off, we've got the beautiful natural wood inlays on the finger buttons there. I believe that's a rosewood. I mean, it certainly looks like it to me. I don't think they actually specify. I think they just say wood buttons on the spec list online. But anyway, guys, this is a professional grade horn, a great lead player's horn, great commercial horn for doing any kind of jazz or pop R&B work. You know, certainly great for, you know, if you need a large bore horn in an orchestral situation as well. But man, guys, this satin finish on this, it says there's just very little engraving. In fact, that's probably just laser etched on there. Custom Series Adams Gold Brass is what it says on the bell there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Very light. But the mouthpiece receiver, very heavy as well. So this is a chunky horn, guys. You got to, like I said, get your workout in to be able to play this horn. But sound-wise, performance-wise, pistons are smooth as silk. The slides are great. This is a high-performance horn. This is the Adams A4, the gold brass bell, satin finish. Check this one out. Take it home today, live on our website, palinmusic.com, or by giving me a call at 417-882-7006, or check out our Reverb page at reverb.com. All right, let's see if I can get this back in the little sock here. I like these added little extra sockies to just keep things nice and fresh. All right, there we go. That's horn number 2. So check those out, if you will. And then, what do we got next? Mr. Jordan?
Next, can you show us something cool?
Yeah, I'll show you something cool. Well, at least I think this is cool. This is what I did this weekend. This was my conflict that prevented me from going to Cars and Guitars. But I've talked about this a little bit on the show before, the fact that I'm a coin collector. Well, I was able to add, to me, an important coin to my collection this weekend because the Ozark Coin Club coin show was going on this weekend at Relics Event Center. So, and one of my favorite coins of all time, I know this is kind of crazy because I try to stay, off the norm, do things differently. Susan B. Anthony dollars. So what's a Susan B. Anthony dollar for those of you who don't know? This is, they nicknamed it the Carter Quarter. This came out in 1979. Was an attempt to make a dollar coin, because usually the big silver dollars, they're massive pieces of metal. People didn't like carrying those around, heavy in the pockets, clunky. They just take up a lot of space and a lot of weight. So they designed a dollar to hopefully make a coin that would be more widely used in the economy. But people shunned it immediately because in size and weight and shape, it's almost identical to a quarter. It's like right between a quarter and a half dollar size-wise. And it was made out of the same metal, so it got confused for quarters all the time. So it only lasted 3 years, 79, 80, and 81. And the 1981 coins, they were only available in like mint sets and proof sets. They weren't even available for circulation. And then, long story short, 1999 rolls around. They're in the process of releasing the golden dollar, the Sacagawea dollar, which was another attempt at this. But the reserves ran out of these Susan B. Anthony's, and they had to make more because they actually get used a lot in bus terminals and post offices and all kinds of things. So, and they just ran out. So they had to make some more in 1999. So a 1-year comeback in 1999. So I've got them all, 1979, 1980, 1981, but I'm missing this one right here. That's the last one I need, the 1981 S proof dollar, the Type 2. I'm not going to get into all the details on the Type 1s and Type 2s because you don't really care. But this is just something that's, been a long time passion of mine, collecting these coins. I don't know how close I can get those that you can see them. I'll stand up here, maybe get them. There you go. So that's those. All of the uncirculated versions and the proof versions. Why am I talking about this on a show about music? Because the show is about everything. It's not just about music. It's about all kinds of things. So that's what I did this weekend. The one that I found is the 1979 S proof Type 2 right there. So those are the 2 rarest coins of the set. So I just need the 81, and then my set is complete. So a little bit of history for you, a little bit of collectibles interest. If you guys are into that kind of thing, let me know. If you're not, let me know. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share. That's my quick and short something cool to share. Oh, I got to swap out the horns here for you. Jordan, do you collect anything? Are you a collector of anything? Anything?
I am not. I mean, I used to do baseball cards when I was younger,
yeah?
And I feel like there was something else. Maybe rocks.
I like rocks and stones and pebbles and stuff.
But nothing right now.
I see a lot of TikToks of like rock hounds out there, like digging through stuff, finding
really
cool rocks and things. It's amazing what's out there.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm a collector. I collect. Man, I was just scratching my head. I whacked the heck out of my head this weekend. Really? I was fixing. fixing one of the toilets in our house. It stopped working.
Yeah.
And I was bending down, and I stood up, and there's this shelf unit that we've got like right above the toilet. And I cracked the corner on this thing right here. I can't. I'm not going to show you, but man, it almost knocked me out. It like put a hole in my head. So it's still a little tender. But yeah, I didn't get knocked out. No, not coma. What's the word? Concussion. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, that's good.
Anyway, but yeah, collectibles has been a thing. I collected bugs, insects when I was a kid, because my dad is an entomologist, which is a scientist who studies insects and the lives of insects. And he used to work for the Department of Agriculture, running like the agricultural pest eradication programs, that kind of stuff. So he taught us growing up the differences between good bugs and bad bugs and all those kinds of things. So we had these little bug collections. It was kind of fun. Anyways, thanks, Dad, for that. That's a fun memory. All right, so last horn. Let's dig into this last thing before we get too far off track here. Jay Beckenstein all weekend. Oh, Mom's been listening to Jay Beckenstein.
That's awesome.
How's our? We're about ready. Come on.
I think we're about ready. I'm hoping we can air it next week.
Ooh, next week, guys. Jay Beckenstein interview. Get ready. I'm just gonna hold him to task. It's like we are showing it next week. That's what I'm gonna. That's what we're gonna say. Make it happen. All right, now everybody knows, Jordan. Now they're gonna hold you to it.
Put the pressure on myself.
Put the pressure on yourself. All right, so this one it's a little bit bigger case. So you may or may not know what's coming out of this one. This is the Adams F1. Yes, the Formula One. This is the race car of the brass instrument world. There's a new F1 movie coming out. I don't know if it's out yet or when it's coming out with Brad Pitt. Looks like it's going to be really good. I don't know. For those of you movie fans out there and F1 fans. All right, check this out. Woo! Doggies. What we got going on there? There we go. All right, so this is the F1 flugelhorn. So what on earth is a flugelhorn? A flugelhorn is a B-flat instrument like a trumpet. And it's the same key, same range, basically, same setup as a trumpet. But it's a mellowed out version of the trumpet, I'm going to say. So it's got a much larger bell. This is a 6.5-inch diameter bell with a much larger throat. And what you get with that, you get just this warmth and this sweetness and this richness of sound. I've talked about probably one of the most famous flugelhorn players, the great Chuck Mangione. And he's done all sorts of great stuff with the flugelhorn. So that may be where you might be familiar with it. Some other great flugel players. I want to say Art Farmer. I think he does a lot of flugelhorn work. But it's just one of those. It's a very unique sound. It's a very rich sounding, luscious sounding horn. So it's a soloist instrument, really. You don't usually see these played in an ensemble or maybe in a brass choir or something like that. But typically it's a solo instrument, and for good reason, because it just sounds so great by itself. So, but what's so special about this one is we've got this two-piece bell. Now, we talked about one-piece bells versus two-piece bells, and there's pros and cons of both. But what is really amazing about this one, all hand-hammered, two-piece. So we've got the rose brass throat section of the bell, which is where it attaches to the main body and then comes up to form the flare. But you can see this line right here, and then you see the actual bell flare is nickel silver. So I don't know if you can see the kind of little gold line of where they've been brazed together right there. But what does that do? So you get the rich warmth of the dark rose brass, and then you get just this added snap of edge and brightness by adding that nickel silver to the flare of the horn, which just, man, it just gives you just all this beautiful sound. One-piece valve casings, all yellow brass there. We've got nickel silver outer sides. Heavyweight, now this is interesting, a heavyweight cap just on the third valve. I'm not really sure what the reasoning is for that, but it probably has something to do with this third valve trigger mechanism there. And forgive me, I honestly, you brass players out there, tell me what the purpose of this is. I mean, I'm assuming it just allows you to do maybe like some trombone style effects. I don't know, man. Forgive me. But anyway, it's something that you see on a lot of flugelhorns, so it's a really cool feature. But there it is, the F1 flugelhorn by Adams. This is, one of the top flugelhorns on the market today. And we've had a run on these lately. I've sold 2 in the last month, which is crazy. So this is the last one I've got in stock. So pick it up now. Again, a great gift for any brass player in your family or friends, and just somebody you love. You just want to just give somebody a horn, make them happy. There you go. That's the one for you. That's the F1 flugelhorn by Adams. Guys, you need to check this out. Take one of these home with you today. It's one of the most beautiful horns on the planet. Now, this one does not have the wood inlays on the finger buttons, and I'm not sure why, but they're solid brass. It's still very elegant, very nice. Beautiful horn. There you go, guys. Any questions you have, feel free to ask, or just comment, whatever you got. So there is the final horn. If I can get this back in its little pouch there. There we go. We got it. That's the final horn of the day. So very cool. Take one home with you today. What's left, Mr. Jordan? We're about to wrap this thing up, I think, aren't we?
Yes. Can you wrap it up with some wisdom?
I can. Everything's kind of not related to each other today, all of the stuff I've been talking about. Completely random and different. So we'll stick with that theme. How about that? Got a quote from an artist by the name of Chris Tilley. I think I've talked about him on the show before. He's the mandolin player and vocalist of Nickel Creek, one of the great bluegrass groups out there. Call it bluegrass, call it newgrass, call it modern grass, whatever you want to call it. But they are certainly a powerhouse in the music world. He says, and this is a simple quote, "The power of live music is vast. Live music is a wonderful way to spend some time." It's not a deep thought. It's not anything, too groundbreaking in its theory or thinking, but it's true, though. The power of live music is vast. Live music is a wonderful way to spend some time. And I could not agree more. Get out there and listen to some live music. Go see one of your favorite bands. Go to a concert in the park. Go listen to your kids' recitals, for their music lessons, or go to see a school performance of Bye Bye Birdie or what, whatever. But get out there and see something live and listen to it live, because there's nothing like it in the world. It's just so fantastic. So thank you, Chris Tilley, for reminding us of that. And thank you guys for being here and watching and being so faithful to the show. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to wrap this up with this little thought. Helping people make meaningful music is what we do. And when you're ready, I'm here for you too. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.